try and let out a little bit less as you're releasing it on that broadcast, and let it sort of feel the weight sort of slide through your fingers as you're throwing that cast forward, and that line should just slide through your fingers nicely, so you just to the point you can just throw it.
That's good, Dad. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live session. We're just going to give it a couple of minutes, so that people can see that we're starting live. Get your coffee, get settled. We are doing some outdoor stuff today for a change. We're in Little Cayman. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Marie Keffer. Hey, guys. So feel free to get settled in. We're going to be starting in a minute. We've got a very special segment for you today. Right here we have fishing guide Peter Quillam, who is fly fishing on my left, and the famous Dr. G on our right. And we'll look forward to showing you where we are. It's a beautiful day.
That last one, that was okay. Yeah.
Good morning, Tony. If you guys want to give me a shout and let me know if you hear us okay, we've got our mic sorted thanks to Carlos. We really appreciate it. And otherwise we will adjust if you can't hear us. But the weather, we don't have much wind, so you should be able to hear us well. Thanks, Tony. He says, good luck, fellas. Yeah. Hey, Clayton. Good morning. Morning, Gregory. Perfect. Thanks, Robert. Really appreciate you confirming you can hear us okay. That's awesome. Yes, it is. Hi, Dominic. Good morning. All right. So, Shane Davis says, hi, this is Lily Davis, age 10 from Cincinnati. Wow. Big fan of you and Dr. G. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Great to see you on here. Good morning, Chaz. Thanks. I'm glad that you can hear us okay. Perfect. So, Etienne says, good morning, Dr. G.
Good morning. How are you doing, everybody?
We're good. Okay, so we are going to begin. Hi, Ed. Oops, can't turn us around. Morning, everyone. We are here in Little Cayman in Tarpon Lake. It was the first time I've ever been here 2 days ago, and Peter Quillam came out as the fishing guide. He showed me around, and I was like, we need to do this as a Facebook Live. This is really, really cool. It's beautiful. It's a huge lake that stretches for miles, and you can see there's lots of mangroves here. In the background, you can see where in 1988 there was a massive hurricane. Hurricane Gilbert actually decimated a lot of the mangroves in the back, but it's started to regenerate since 2002, and that's what happens when you let nature take its course and give it a chance to come back. And we have Peter Quillam here, who is casting away. Hi, Peter!
Hi, guys!
Peter is from New Zealand, but how long have you been in Little Cayman?
I've been here 7 years.
7 years.
Yep.
Yeah, so he is the guy. If you want to come down to fish and fly fish in Tarpon Lake, this is the man to do it. I have only ever done it 3 times now, and between him and Chris Goff, we've had some really good lessons. So I'm hoping to put it to the test. And for those of you who are less familiar about how our Facebook Live works, we have been doing this since COVID. It's a lot of fun. It gives you guys a chance to get to know Dad, what we're doing, ask him questions. So feel free to put questions in the comments as it relates to what we're doing. There's a lot of Facebook videos already posted about different art pieces he does, the paints, the paper, everything about all the expeditions that we've done in the past, from Pacific to Atlantic. So feel free to have a look, because they've been left up there for you to peruse at your own leisure. And if you wanted to slow down anything to practice how he does his techniques in terms of painting or sketching, you can do that. So
This is not quite as easy as painting.
Yeah, so we're a little bit out. Normally we'd be offshore fishing, but we thought this would be quite fun to showcase. I know a lot of you are fly fishing fiends as well, so we're going to talk about the importance of this special place, catch and release fishing, and share a little bit about Little Cayman. So I'm gonna be feeding in questions to these guys.
Yeah.
But to start with, Dad, do you want to say any comments? Quick time to just say good morning to everybody. A lot of people are saying good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We are here in Little Cayman on the Tarpon Lake. We've been before. In the documentary we did on the Mystery of the Grouper Moon, there's a whole segment with Mikey Valley catching tarpon right here. It was quite a while ago, so it's my first visit for about 10 years.
Oh, wow.
But that's pretty cool. It's a very nice habitat. There's lots of bird life here to look at, lots of inspiration, and lots of art content already coming into my computer. But like Jessica said, when you're in Little Cayman, there's other things to do apart from diving and fishing. And this time last year, Jess, we caught 5 or 6 mile in here, and you go all of a quarter mile out, and that's where they are. It's just fantastic. Wahoo season, you know, the winter time is pretty prolific wahoos here, and yellowfin tunas. But of course, the diving is the key thing. And without the recovered population of Nassau groupers here, the diving would be kind of ordinary. But it's absolutely fantastic because of the 20-year program on the Nassau grouper recovery project here in Little Cayman. As you know, you go and see our 2 different documentaries, Mystery of the Grouper Moon and the Grouper Moon Revisited, or whatever it's called.
Grouper Moon 2.
Grouper Moon 2. We brought Sir Richard Branson here in 2017 to come and dive and experience the magic of the spawn, and we've been, you know, showing the rest of the Caribbean how grouper conservation can really work when all the parties are involved.
And that's done by Department of Environment and Reef.
And a lot of other players. Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm practicing my cast here. I'm not really very good at it. But Peter's been very patient and very kind.
So what are we trying to catch today, Peter? What can people come and see in this lake?
All right, so the only fish that we know of in this lake are the tarpon, and these tarpon have been here for a very long time, and there's all sorts of stories as to how they first got into this lake, with the current theory being a hurricane washed a population of tarpon in at some point, and from there they've formed their own colony and have bred, and there have been recorded sightings of tarpon in this lake since, don't record that one, Jess. Since the late 1800s.
Oh wow!
So 1896 or something rather. In the I've been told in the archives, the Cayman Islands archives, people had seen tarpon in this lake. So I'm not sure. At one point, it might have been connected to the ocean, and when they made roads, they cut that access off. I don't know. I don't know what the history is, but however, there is a huge population of tarpon in here. So we haven't really done any studies as to how many,
but they're not really very big, are they?
They're not. No, they're probably maybe half to two thirds of the size of an ocean run tarpon.
Okay.
So theoretically, we'll get to show you one at some point.
Yes, that would be sweet. Well, that's what we're trying to do for you guys today. I managed to get 2 on the rod 2 days ago, and so we're going to try and do that today for you guys.
You mean you had a bite?
I had 2. It was great.
Where are the pictures of the fish?
We got video.
I got video just after the fish jumps, and it was there.
So, by the way, we are also, not only have we come out here and Peter is showing us this epic spot, but we're actually standing in a boat that he made, and it's really, really cool. It is actually. You can stand on the front, which Dad apparently is too afraid to do because he's very
I'm too
convinced
unstable.
that he's
Peter,
going to.
you can come on the front.
No, I'm just as unstable as you are. I'm
going to stand up so you can kind of see. We've got a little motor on the back, and it's a dual anchoring system, and it's perfect. It's an amazing little boat, and I'm literally standing on top here, and it's a lot of fun. And so what we're going to do is, depending on how things are going with the Dad, you're lucky I didn't catch that. What we're going to do is stuck here, we're going to move around so you get a chance to see Tarpon Lake. But just look how beautiful this is. And what we've also seen, this Tarpon Lake is massive and it stretches for miles. And when the tide is really high, the tarpon can swim way up the coast. And then when the tide comes back down or it gets pretty dry, they come back into secluded areas.
Body, yep.
But there's some really shallow spots that we can't really get to, but you can see well in the distance how vast this beautiful place is. And there's lots of bird life here. So if you guys are interested in coming down, and I know a lot of people are birders too, this is a great place to see all sorts of
Whistling ducks and herons,
yeah,
ospreys,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of
frigate birds, domestic boobies, everything.
yeah, and it's beautiful. So definitely worth a visit. And by the way, for all of those who went through Hurricane Grace recently, we hope you guys are okay. We managed to survive just.
We survived gracefully.
Very funny. But we're still undergoing a recovery right now in Grand.
Have you got your glasses on? I have.
Yeah. No,
Brand
they're
new product.
Yeah, no, they're great.
Should I put them on so
Yeah.
people can see?
Yes,
This is
we've
great.
got these
Yeah.
new, thanks to Bahir sunglasses, we're going to be able to see the fish.
Shout out to Al Perkinson,
Yeah.
our good buddy.
Yeah.
Going to try these new glasses here.
So perfect. So let me put.
But Jess, I think it's important you talk a little bit about how the tarpon can exist in this kind of red water, low oxygen environment, and it's kind of brackish, not even fully salt or fully fresh. So how do tarpon?
You tell me that. I'm learning. This is you tell me how they.
Well, tarpons have been around for millions and millions of years. They're a really successful design, a successful fish. They've conquered several different aquatic environments, and they're also very salt tolerant, and they're also what you call euryhaline. They can tolerate saltwater or fresh euryhaline.
Euryhaline.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
EURY
Okay.
HALINE.
Okay.
But they will easily travel from freshwater to salt and back because they have a very good osmoregulatory system. They also have a unique lung. They can actually breathe air. So when the water is so low in oxygen that there's no oxygen to be absorbed through their gills, they can actually suck air and absorb oxygen through their lung.
We see that a lot
Yeah.
on this lake, actually.
you?
Yeah, you see a lot of tarpon will be rolling over. You'll see their backs coming up out of the water, and a lot of gulping sounds. Sometimes
wow.
first thing in the morning here, where it's dead calm, all you can hear is like tarpon gulp. And I suggest that that's exactly what Guy is
Oh,
referring
wow.
to, is that this is a low oxygenated lake. I mean, it's very murky, it's very peaty.
Yes. Very, very, very brown.
But
Fairly acidic. Yeah.
But also, I mean, there are literally hundreds of tarpon. You wouldn't know it just at the moment, but there are hundreds of tarpon in this lake, and so they're obviously surviving for a long period of time, and they're breeding.
Yeah, but my point about their size is that you don't see much bait fish around here, Peter.
No,
and so the food is limited, which will limit their size as well.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fish that they do chase in the shallows, and they kind of round up, and they're ambush predators. Are very, very small, and I don't even know, Guy, what they are, to be honest. But they're very small, and so that's why they do not grow as big as their ocean cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, we think that maybe, without testing, we don't know, but these could be a different subspecies now because of the time that they've spent in here.
Right.
The gene pool must be pretty small, I should imagine.
Yes. No, that's an interesting question, and it would there's different groups who do genetic studies on tarpon. It would be very interesting to see how genetically distinct these animals are too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have a look. You guys keep chatting. I'm going to have a look and see if there's any questions related. I'm gonna turn you guys around so you can see if anyone catches anything.
Yeah.
I can.
Don't
Oh
worry.
yeah.
Keep that quiet.
Sebastian says can't hear Guy. Okay, well, we'll speak a little bit louder. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
And Drew Bailey says, catch some fish already. I know, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So actually, can we
Can we
this
move?
well
Can we
if
move
you
or not?
We can move,
yeah, if you guys want to move.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if we wanted to chat about fly fishing in general.
Well, you'd have to ask Peter all that stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, Peter, in terms of the rods that we're using, because I know very little, guys. I'm learning a lot about fly fishing. in terms of if people wanted to catch the size tarpon that we're catching now, what is the rod that they would need?
Well, you need a saltwater fly setup. So
Okay.
it's very different from a freshwater.
Ooh,
Oh,
what happened?
yeah, just as I'm winding in, I see a fish just exactly where I was casting.
Okay.
So guess what? We're not going to move just yet, Guy. We're
Okay.
going to see if we can get that one.
Okay.
So sorry, back to you need
So-
a saltwater or a warm water, especially in the tropics,
Mm-hmm.
fly rig.
Okay.
For these fish, because they are big fish, even though they're not as big as the ocean run fish, I use
nice,
here
nice.
a 9-weight rod. You could probably get away with a 7-weight rod,
Okay.
but I use a 9-weight just to
Okay.
make sure that I'm covered, and
Right.
I use that for bone fishing as well.
Okay.
And the setup at the end, at the tippet,
Mm-hmm.
got a tapered tarpon leader with a shock tippet. Now, a shock tippet is a short length of quite high.
What a cast.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Was a short length of quite high break strain monofilament. Because when these fish hit, they hit with a hell of a whack, and their mouths are very, very rough around their gills, and so light tippet at the end will very easily get torn apart by the gill rakers
Oh wow.
on
Okay.
the side of their mouths,
Gotcha.
and you'll get broken off pretty quickly.
Okay.
So I use a shock tippet, a 40-pound shock tippet on the end of this line,
Gotcha.
and typically the flies that I use here color-wise are a black and purple color. I've got a red on at the moment. I've given Guy my black and purple one.
Yeah. Usually. Hello. That's a cue for you to catch something dead.
So that we got as much chance. They are an opportunistic feeder as well, so they will pretty much lunge at whatever is in front of them.
Okay.
And the prospect of a bigger bite than what they're used to chasing is very encouraging for them. So
Gotcha.
even though their favourite colours are black and purple on this lake, in any case, I've caught them on a range of different colours, and so they will just take pretty much. That's where we want it, Jess.
Oh, that was beautiful. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around, and so we'll see if we can grab. See if we can grab a fish, and see what kind of questions you guys might have. Get
And,
this cord out the way so it doesn't bother
We'll
you.
give it a few more moments, and then we'll wander across.
I got a question for your viewers, Jessica.
Yes.
How did the tarpon from the Atlantic get into the Pacific and Central America?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Give you a few minutes to think about that one.
Okay. And in the meantime, I'm just going to point this out there so you can see. If anyone has any questions, Carlos says hi from Colombia. Very exciting. Murdo Ross says hello to you both from the Edinburgh Festival City. We were just talking about it yesterday. We had a 50th birthday from a Scotsman, for a Scotsman yesterday, so we were chatting all about Edinburgh. So big hello to you. Carlos says, is that fresh and saltwater combination in the lake?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Jody Wilson says, Guy Harvey, you are my favorite artist. I'm also an artist and you inspire me. Oh, that's very kind. That's awesome. Chaz says, that's what I was curious, the difference in these tarpon from others. Okay, cool. We got that question. That's awesome. Heading to catch some, Jamie says heading to catch some snook now. Very cool. That's great. What species does the fly mimic? Lance is asking.
Well, I guess any sort of. Oh, what's Guy done there?
I got that as well. That was really bad.
Probably wasn't the best effort. Yeah.
That's really funny.
I
So,
tell you what,
Yeah, you think so?
shall we bring in one just to show
Yeah,
people
that's
what
a
this
good
looks
idea.
like?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna bring that in now. The fly, yes. So,
Well, I'm going to show
we're
this
gonna
one.
show
You can
them.
show both if you like. All right.
Okay,
So this here is a little sort of.
there you go.
See that?
Yep.
There. I guess it just mimics anything swimming in the water. So because they're opportunistic in this particular lake, we're not trying to replicate a specific species of fish.
Right.
We really just want to put anything that looks like a snack that
Gotcha.
they would go for in the water. So
Okay.
so that's what it's fishy looking, and that's
Yes.
about as much as it needs to be, really.
And you jig it on the surface so that it creates.
This will sink down
Oh,
slowly.
right,
This will
okay.
sink down a little bit. I've got a floating line on, but the actual fly will
sink.
sink down a bit. So
Okay.
and it just sort of mimics a fish swimming along. We just retrieve it back just like you would if you were bone fishing or doing something like that.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Oh, Dad. That.
Not bad.
Questionable.
It's all right. I haven't given up yet.
I'm
Anybody,
just.
anybody answer my question about
I'm
how to
seeing-
tarpon get from the Atlantic to the Pacific?
I'm seeing if people have.
So where have we caught tarpon in the Pacific, Jessica?
I have never caught tarpon
Yeah,
in the
we have.
Pacific.
Down
You
in
have.
Tropic Star Lodge in Panama.
Yeah, you would, but I thought you were asking where have we, and I've never caught a
Well,
tarpon
we
down
is me
there.
and you.
I have never caught a tarpon down there.
You've seen them being caught down there.
No, I haven't.
Big too. Big ones, 150 pounds.
Chaz says it's in South Tampa now. Very, very cool. I'm going through all these questions. So yes, Mark says Panama Canal.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Panama
That's
Canal,
awesome. Big
so-
shout out to Mark, who's an incredible photographer.
So
Lovely
you
to see
just
all
think
your
about
stuff.
that journey, how they come in from the sea in the Atlantic. They go into the locks with
Mm.
the ships that they're going through. They get up into the Gatun Lake, which is fresh water.
Mm-hmm.
We've caught tarpon there, a lot of peacock bass too.
Yeah.
And then they go down the other side into the Pacific as the locks empty.
Ah.
So that's how they transit.
Interesting.
So interestingly, about 5 million years ago, when the Isthmus of Panama closed over and separated the Caribbean from the Pacific, the resident tarpon population in the Pacific died off.
Oh, right.
So the interesting thing is how they've reinvaded the eastern Pacific and survived for a while anyway. Because the Panama Canal was only built 110 years ago. Interesting though how this this bulletproof fish can do all this transiting and of course there's tons of studies on tarpon and bonefish migrations by the Bonefish and Tarpon Trust.
Right.
All along the Atlantic coast of America, the Gulf Coast, Florida in particular, the Bahamas. They move around a lot.
Okay.
So what do we got over there? No, that's a gull, yeah. A laughing gull, I think. So yeah, so tarpon are kind of the sharks of the bony fish for me, because they are such a robust animal, and have tolerated so much hostile environments.
Right.
Yeah, so many hostile environments.
I'm
not giving up,
so-
Jess. I'm
so-
gonna catch a fish here.
Well, I think what do you want to do? You want to We're gonna move?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys can see behind me, we're gonna go on this side now.
Okay.
Because I should
Yeah.
do that. The sun,
Are you ready to go?
I'm like talking like this. The sun, the wind is going to probably be more favorable for left-hand casters, for right-hand casters versus left.
On this side,
So we're gonna
let's
head
go.
over.
All
So
right,
I'm
let's
gonna
do this.
turn you guys around, and you're gonna see how this works.
Fire up the 200 horsepower motor.
Yes.
Fire up the Yamaha.
So this is one anchor coming up, and then another anchor is gonna come up on the other side.
So how deep is the lake here actually, Peter?
It's only a matter of maybe a foot, 2 feet, and it can get much deeper right up underneath the mangroves. It can actually get sort of 5 or 6 feet deep. But the majority of this lake, through most of the year, especially if we don't get a lot of rain, is probably about 1 or 2 feet. So it's not very deep at all.
You can smell that mud.
The mud, that is
Ooh, yeah.
that's the smell of Tarpon Lake, yeah. And you do not want to be falling into this lake.
Sebastian's asking if it is ecologically bad that the tarpon are in the Pacific, and
Well, no, because they were there millions of years ago.
okay.
They just didn't make it.
How many fish can catch if it's?
How many what?
I think Emily is asking how many fish can you catch if it's fresh and salt water. A lot. Well, not in here. There's again we were just
Right, very
talking about
limited
very
habitat.
limited habitat here,
Yeah.
but certainly what's great about Little Cayman is that you have this. What are you doing, Dad? Are you trolling?
I'm
We're
true.
trolling,
Oh
yeah.
my
We're
gosh.
doing every
Hey, it didn't work one way. You got to try another way.
Seriously.
I I've never caught fish trolling here before, but if there's anyone who's going to catch fish trolling
my
here,
God.
it'll be Guy.
Pete Foster Smith would be so proud.
Pete Foster. Okay, so we've got some
Okay. This is where
action
I
on the surface here. I'm just going to creep up nice and slow. Nope.
spook
Spook
them.
these fish.
Okay.
You see them right in the back here.
So Emily's asking what kind of different kinds of fish that you can catch for freshwater. Well, there's lots of freshwater fish, but you wouldn't get them necessarily around here.
No.
But there's bass and trout and all sorts of pike,
cool things.
all
Yeah,
sorts of
pikes, walleye, muskellunge, all sorts of fish in in continental areas that are amazing game fish, and are also very beautifully coloured and great to paint for me. Especially some of the species of trout. And of course, you, Jessica, have been up to Alaska and British Columbia catching fish in rivers, king salmon. Some really the big guys.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Emily's asking if we have any beginner books on fishing. We don't, but certainly, there's a lot of people who fish and a lot of people who have been filming, their techniques on YouTube and various channels. So definitely check that out.
Yep.
And if you are ever wanting to come, to Cayman or elsewhere, you can link up with a fishing guide like Pito, and he can show you. And I think that's kind of, we were talking about that yesterday, weren't we, Pito? Just in terms of getting the feel for how the line works, especially for fly fishing. It's like there's only so much you can show somebody that you actually have to feel it and practice, and it takes a lot of time.
Certainly it's so much different from just your spin cast fishing, where you sort of launch a lure out into the water. This is a real kind of elegant, graceful feel of the line. Fly fishing is a real art, and a lot of the times you come out fishing, for myself especially, is that catching the fish at the end of the day is a bonus. Just being out there and just throwing the line out there is in itself just a way to really, it's a type of meditation, I suppose.
I believe it. When it's so therapeutic. If you want a great way to de-stress and you're close to a spot where you can fly fish, I highly recommend it. It is so much fun, and just as you say, the movement of the line and the rod, the weight of it is it's a lot of fun. So definitely recommend. Yes, Karen, unfortunately still no fishies, but that's what fishing is all about. You do your best to try, and the last time I think we were on Facebook Live, we thought we caught a marlin for you guys, and it turned out to be a barracuda, so a little disappointing on that section.
I have to add that the last 2 Saturdays hey, the last 2 Saturdays we were doing Facebook Live from my studio, and we went fishing that afternoon, and we caught a blue marlin every time. Thank you very much. So we do have some success, Jess.
Yes, when I'm not on the boat. This is what happens. When
we caught three blue marlin last week in 7 days of
that is true. That is true. But
biting.
Okay, so I'm going to keep. If anyone has any other questions.
Anyway, I will get to a tarpon next week. I will get to a tarpon piece of art next week for you guys to look at, because tarpon, anatomically are a really interesting fish. Nothing else looks like a tarpon. They got this big head, big eye, big opercular, big bones, wonderful scales. A tarpon without its scales would not be a tarpon, would it? They just, the big scales.
Yeah, they're so beautiful.
Yeah. And
Chaz also mentions Norm Selger, I think, has lots of good books on strictly fly fishing out of Sanibel, Florida. Okay. So there's some references. Yeah, if you guys want to post. Did you guys see that?
Just about lost guy.
Oh yeah, nearly fell overboard there.
I don't want to end up in this water.
Yeah, you're not going back of the truck if you fall into, guys.
No, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, totally. All right, I'm gonna post this around so you can see this new little spot. Right. So you can have a better
casting
view.
Into the wind, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a little bit. The wind is.
Oh, what a cast there, Pito. Well, definitely skills here. But you guys can see in the back here, all of this is left remnants of the storm.
Something just boiled up over there.
All I'm seeing is just fish over there in spots that we can't reach.
Oh, really? Shallow?
Yeah, and just so many tree roots in the water that have to be.
That was a pretty bad one, Dad.
It's all right.
so it would.
Just beautiful. It's such a beautiful day today.
And of course, you know, we're staying as we always do at Southern Cross Club. The guys have been going out diving every morning, 2 tank dives in the morning, come in at noon, and you get an afternoon dive. And had I brought my boat over here, which I should have done because the weather is so nice for this weekend. But
Not a sore subject, guys. Not a sore subject.
Yeah. Wifey comes first. By the way, it is Gillian's 60th birthday today.
Woo-hoo!
So if you want to hail up my wife,
Yeah.
we've been married 33 years, and she's 60 today.
And she's put up with you for that long.
And put
It's
up with you.
Yes, that is also
Alex,
true.
yeah.
That is also true.
So you know, we're a tight family unit, as you all know, and we all enjoy the outdoors, being up here. And Southern Cross Club is the place to be. Fish, dive, fish, sleep, eat. The chef is amazing, and if you ever want a place to come and do different kinds of fishing, you can do bonefish, you can do tarpon, you can do offshore. And like I said, you're only going 1/4 mile out to get to the 100 fathom line. The fish are right there.
Yeah.
It's a fabulous place to come.
It's awesome. And that actually, I realize I'm just checking out the time.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying happy birthday. So we will definitely let her know. I want to say a huge thank you to Pito for taking us out on this amazing trip. We really appreciate it. We're going to try and keep fishing for a little while. And stay tuned, if we do get a fish, we'll post it on social media so you can see what we get. But just kind of to say that this space is really special. You know, we can use it as a wonderful resource sustainably, and you know, we hope at one point it will be protected similar to that of the Booby Pond, because it is a very unique spot. And we're looking forward to seeing all sorts of bird life, and we hope that you have enjoyed this session, something a little different. And we'll stay tuned and see when our next Facebook Live will be. But we're going to be traveling a bit more in the next few months. Yeah. We'll keep you tuned in. Susan says, cheers from Washington, D.C. I was just there. So hi from Washington, D.C. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Stay safe. Like I said, please go and check out all the other Facebook videos that are up for you guys to enjoy. If you have any other questions, let me know. I know a few people were interested in doing an art competition at some point again. We'll keep you posted on what that will be. And
the new book is out, available online, guyharvey.com, Guy Harvey's Underwater World. Check it out.
Thank you so much again, guys. We will see you soon. And bye, Pito. You're going to get this one.
I'm desperate. I saw this over there. I'm desperate to get this one on. Just right in there, and he's not jumping on.
Watch me push finish, and then get ones on. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.